About a dozen spot Ethereum ETFs are officially live and trading, but prices haven't really done too well, and this is concerning a lot of investors. But if you're looking back over the last couple of months, when we saw a spot Bitcoin ETF launch, we saw that spot Bitcoin ETF launched on January 10th, 2024. This is the first time we start seeing a spot Bitcoin ETF trade, and immediately following this, we saw a pretty big correction in the market. Bitcoin went from trading around $50,000 per coin all the way down to $36,500 per coin, $37,000 per coin. So that was a pretty significant drop, nearly 40% drop. And most people aren't talking about this. People are still bearish on what's going on in the market. They're like, maybe the bull market's over. But if you're looking at what's happened in previous, major spot approvals, like spot Bitcoin ETF approval, well, you can maybe model it off of what happened there. And if we're looking at a spot Ethereum ETF, yes, it's not going to have as big of an impact, but now spot Ethereum ETFs are officially live, and they actually did pretty well. We saw funds from BlackRock, Grayscale, and a number of other issuers go live. So you can see there's about a dozen or so, like Grayscale Ethereum, Mini Trust, Franklin Ethereum ETF, Vanek Ethereum ETF, Bitwise Ethereum ETF, iShares Ethereum Trust. You can see the list goes on and on, from Fidelity to Invesco to Grayscale, Vanek, Bitwise. The list is pretty extensive, and this is pretty good in my opinion, because we did see nearly... I wanted to quickly interrupt today's video to bring a word from our channel partner, BC Game. BC Game is the largest crypto wagering platform and won the Best Casino 2023 nomination. The cool thing about this platform is that they allow the deposit of a lot of different cryptocurrencies. You can easily do leverage crypto trading on their platform. You could play games on their platform and even bet on sports. They have a wide betting line, so even if you don't like playing online wagering games, you could still bet on sporting events. Let's say like a basketball game, a tennis match, really any of your favorite sporting events. On top of all this, BC Game is an official partner of the Argentina national football team. They are the title sponsor for the English Premier League in 2024 and are official partners of the Cloud9 esports team, which means that if you're interested in esports, you can also bet on Counter-Strike and Dota. Ultimately, BC Game is an all-in-one platform, and if you're looking to use your crypto to play games and wager, it is ideal. So if you are one of the first 200 people to use my link in the description, you can go about receiving $5 completely for free for BC Games. So just make sure to use my link in the description. If you're one of the first 200 people, then you'll get that $5 bonus. Anyways, let's get back to the program. Over $1 billion in trading volume from the very first day. So this is something that is very bullish. And while it's not as high as the spot Bitcoin ETF, which saw, close to $6 billion in volume on the first day, it wasn't expected to have this. So you got to remember this. They can't say that, a spot Ethereum ETF should have as much impact on the market as a spot Bitcoin ETF, but there are a lot of similarities you can model off of. So if we're looking at this, we can see that on the first day of trading on U.S. exchanges, Ethereum ETFs generated more than $1.019 billion in cumulative trading volume, according to Yahoo Finance. In addition to this, you could see that this was, a pretty important milestone, because that billion mark shows that there's still a lot of institutional interest from day one. And again, you got to remember, with a spot Bitcoin ETF, yes, they've amassed nearly $60 billion in combined market cap and $330 billion in cumulative volume, but from day one, they didn't do this. It took a little bit of time, and institutions, even if they start to allocate just a smaller portion, if we see like around a 20 to 25% pull from a spot Ethereum ETFs compared to Bitcoin ETFs, well, this would still have a very impactful role on the market. And you could see that, yes, Bitcoin brought the entire market up, but I think on a spot Ethereum ETF is going to bring a number of altcoins up. I think this is what could really start altcoin season, and this could be what brings meme coins and smaller cap altcoins really to all-time record highs. In addition to this, we could also see that as a result of a spot Ethereum ETF launching, we actually saw that BlackRock Bitcoin ETF had its biggest day of inflows since March at $523 million. And this is a major milestone as well, because a lot of people are saying, well, it's just an Ethereum ETF. It's not going to have that much impact on the market. But you could see that it obviously is correlated to what's going on with BlackRock and their Bitcoin ETF as well, because a lot of people are saying, well, look, we're seeing now an Ethereum ETF approved. This is going to bring more institutional money into the crypto space, and if Ethereum, is doing really well, Bitcoin is probably going to attract even more investors as well. It's just giving more legitimacy to the entire crypto space. Spot Ethereum ETF, spot Bitcoin ETF. This is really establishing it with not just retail investors, but now institutional investors. And over time, we'll start seeing pension funds and major funds get into spot Ethereum ETFs and spot Bitcoin ETFs. But, it's still just very early on. We haven't even seen a spot Bitcoin ETF been around for a year. And now we're seeing, a spot Ethereum ETF just launching. So this is going to have really positive impacts overall on altcoins, meme coins, and the entire market. And now if we're looking at something that's going on with altcoins, we could see that Core. Core is down a little bit over the last 24 hours, but in the last 2 weeks or so, on July 5th, Core was trading around 88 cents per token, and it has almost doubled in price. It did double in price, just a couple of days ago, but still, it's nearly up around 70 to 80% from the lows after we saw that correction in the market. And this is why it's always so important to keep money on the sidelines and not use too much leverage in crypto, because you are then able to take advantage of these opportunities when we see these market corrections, like we saw with Bitcoin, when Bitcoin dropped below $60,000 per coin. If you're looking at Core, Core is one of my top plays right now. It has nearly 5,000 Bitcoin delegated to, its blockchain. This is something that is major if you are interested at all in Bitcoin, because I treat Core as like a leveraged Bitcoin play. It has attracted the most amount of Bitcoin delegated out of any other blockchain, and this is something that is very, very important, that you can go ahead and stake your Bitcoin, and that's something that you really haven't seen with any other project. There's nothing else like Core in the entire space, and right now Core is around a $1.2 billion market cap, but I still think it could easily be a $10 billion market cap project by the end of this bull market. Next altcoin is going to be with ChainGPT. Again, like what happened with Core, we saw ChainGPT do extremely well after this recent market correction. It's gone from around 12 cents per token up to around 16 cents per token. So it's up around 30% from those lows. And while it didn't do as well as that 70 to 80% like Core, ChainGPT is one of my top plays because they are consistently helping to launch massive projects in the crypto space. If you're interested in artificial intelligence, well, ChainGPT is the play in my opinion, especially with a spot Ethereum ETF recently launching. I think it's going to bring a lot more money into artificial intelligence projects. We've seen news about AI cryptos come out from BlackRock recently, and I think with this spot Ethereum ETF, it's going to help all AI cryptos, and ChainGPT is really at the center of that. They've helped a number of projects launch recently. You can see they talk all about ChainGPT Labs, how they've helped projects raise millions and millions of dollars, like AI Tech raised $4.4 million with the help of ChainGPT. Kaima Network, $7.3 million. DexCheck, $2.1 million. And the list goes on and on, even like Cookie 3. So you can see that ChainGPT is a project that has consistently been at the leader in the AI space in crypto. It's always voted as one of the top projects on Skynet, and people are really, really excited about this project long term. And this brings us into another one of our AI plays is going to be with Cookie 3. So Cookie 3 is also one of our AI plays that we have invested in. We do own some of this token, around $30,000 to $40,000 of this, and Cookie 3 has been making some major partnerships and major announcements as of recently that I think are a game changer. And right now, Cookie 3's price has come down a little bit after its TGE, but it's still up significantly from that initial launch price. So this is something that is very exciting to see because it's been able to weather the storm with the overall market having that bit of a correction, and it's continuing to announce major partnership after major partnership, and you can see they're always talking about this over on their X page. So there's a few altcoins that I'm investing in right now, but I think now is the time to really be positioning yourself in altcoins, especially after this recent spot Ethereum ETF approval, and now we're starting to see billions and billions of dollars come into the crypto space from institutions.